45 odd minutes for kickoff on that one. Here's a look at the team lineups, and we start with Belgium. Manager Roberto Martinez had rung in the changes for the last group stage game against England. All his first choice starters, Romelu Lukaku, Eden Hazard, Kevin De Bruyne and the rest are as expected back in the team. And in a big boost at the back, Vincent Kompany starts the match for the first time at this tournament, replacing Dedrick Boyata at the heart of the defense. When you look at that lineup, some big names who score a lot of goals, great link-up play. You start to think that this could get a bit nasty for Japan if they start playing the way we expect them to.
Yeah, I mean, all over the field there, they've got top players that play in the top leagues around the world. Kompany, obviously, a big boost coming in for Boyata. Boyata, 27 years of age. I think he's only played about 100 games in his life, so he's not that experienced for his age. 10 games to 12 games for Belgium. Good balance in the side as well. Witsel, De Bruyne, obviously an attacking threat, and the front three obviously speak for themselves. There's lots of goals there, and a really good side.
Yeah, let's look at the lineups for Japan, and they've made 6 changes to the team that started their last match, a 1-0 defeat to Poland. They too had rested some of their key men. The likes of Shinji Kagawa, striker Yuya Osaka, Takashi Inouye and captain Makoto Hasibe are all back in the starting 11 for this match. You look at them, Eugenseson, they've really played well in this World Cup. They've actually caused a lot of surprises as well, but you think perhaps it's a bridge too far at this stage?
They got a team of players who really work hard. Japan are known for that, their hard work, but I find it hard to see that team is going to do well against Belgium. I feel Belgium are just too strong for them. Yeah,
and talking about Belgium, one name standing out right there, fit and firing Romelu Lukaku. That's what you want in a World Cup. You want to see a big centre forward up top who's scoring goals, and he scores a lot of goals for them.
Yeah, for sure. What I liked about him when he got a couple of his goals was he was playing on shoulders. I think that's when he's at his strongest. I'm not a fan of his when he drops deep and tries to get the ball to feet. He's much better providing a threat when he's trying to stretch the game, when he's trying to run in behind. That's easier said than done. Obviously, you need to play against a team that has a high line for that to be capitalised on. And it'll be interesting to see how Japan go about it, because they play high. You know for a fact that if that ball drops to De Bruyne, if it drops to Hazard in a pocket of space, Mertens, they can find Lukaku in behind that defence. And once he sees a bit of grass, once he sees daylight, there's no catching him, and we've seen so far that he's finishing even close range against the goalkeeper. Little chips has been fantastic.
Eugene, when you talk to fans around us who write into us, they say that, Brazil, our favourites. Some say France, especially after the way they went after Argentina. But you talk to the neutral fan, they said, if you pick one team outside the teams who won this World Cup, who do you want to win it? Everyone is saying Belgium. Is that because of the way they play, the thrilling way of playing football?
They haven't been so impressed, but I feel that they can do better. But they've got a dream team, so to say. They've got all the teams they play, players are playing their top Premier League teams, and the quality that they bring, the creativity they bring is immense. So I like, from a neutral point of view, you feel like looking at the players' status. You'll say like, okay, I want that team to win. But individually, they're great players as well, and as a team, I think they're going to do better. So to say, they have a very great chance of going through and probably winning it.
Kompany comes back, but are you convinced that this Belgium team will not concede a goal? Because they have this great style of attack. It does leave them open at the back, don't you think so?
Well, I think it has with Boyata playing. He's naturally really more of a right back. He's playing central of a 3, and like I mentioned before, he's not that experienced, and he's certainly not as vocal, and he's not a leader like Kompany. We haven't seen Kompany play in this World Cup. I think he'll make a massive difference. Part of defending is concentrating when you attack. It only takes one ball, one lapse of concentration for a centre forward to spin off down the side, and the problem with 3 central defenders is nobody really takes responsibility. It's always left to somebody else. Us 3 are playing at the back. Centre forward runs in between me and you. You're looking at me, I'm looking at you, and no one really owns that they should be following. When you play with 2 centre defenders, it's a lot easier. So you need a leader and you need a talker, and I think Kompany will make a massive difference.
Okay, Roberto Martinez, the coach of Belgium, is an old teammate of yours. He's spoken about being tactically flexible, but do you think he'll change now, considering how Japan are going to set up, or he's going to stick with what has worked for him?
I think he'll certainly stick, knowing that Japan are a weaker side than what they probably would have thought they would be expecting to face in the round of 16. I think they're talking about tactically flexible when they go latter stages, and tactics doesn't always mean formation. It might mean a deeper back line, it might mean a higher back line, it might need pressing in the final third, it might need low pressure in the final third, pressing in the middle third, however way you want it. So tactics is a word that people sometimes get confused with formations. It obviously does mean formations, but it can just be a style as well.
Okay, if you are the Japan coach and you want to avoid a hiding against a team like Belgium, which is known to cut teams open, what would you do? Is there, there's one way of playing is have banks of 4 and 5 at the back, like we've seen in this tournament, as Eugenseson was mentioning yesterday as well. You set up to frustrate the big teams, but do you think that there is something they can do to not get hammered off the park?
Well, you could bribe the referee, that's one thing. I think that might give him a chance. But if we're talking about systems, there's a couple of ways you could probably go about this. They could play a 4-3-3. Obviously, we know Belgium play a 3-4-3, if you like. And the reasons to do that would probably be a little bit of safety. Straight away, you'd have a 4-v-3 at the back in these kind of positions. So all of a sudden, you're not outnumbered. But that would mean a lot of communication between those. The next phase of that is you would let them have the ball as the back three. So your centre forward, if you like, would just sit off. He wouldn't really try and press it. If the ball shifts into this kind of position, he'd just try and usher it and keep it one way and not allow it to come back. Then in the midfield, we've kind of got a 4v4 in this kind of position. You've got two midfielders that can go and press against De Bruyne and Witsel, which will stop them getting out. You can, go for man wide if you like. And then you've also got a little bit of insurance in this kind of position. The big difficulty with this is we know Lukaku's quick and it can just be one long ball and straight away he's over the top and he's in. So that would be quite a risky way to play. There's another option which I think I believe that Japan might go to. I think they may go to this kind of position, if you like. They'll play 3 at the back, they'll play 4 across the middle, and they'll play 3, I think, in this kind of position. And the reason that is they're matching them up. But as it progresses up the pitch, they'll drop into a 5. The reason being in a 5, they'll have a 5v3 in this kind of position. So that should hopefully neutralise the Belgium attack. They'll get 4 across the middle, so it's a 5-4-1. Again, you've still got your 2 central midfielders, obviously pressing against these 2 to stop these playing. You've got man-for-man wide, so they can drop into this. But then that obviously becomes hard to hurt Belgium. And the key to make them hurt is you've got one forward. As soon as you win the ball back, whether it's in this position here, whether it's in this position here, you need pace from these. These have to get forward really, really quickly, and they have to make it into a 3, and you go back into kind of your 3-4-3. The 2 full-backs come up, and then you shift into your 3-4-3. So it becomes a 5-4-1 when you defend, but you quickly have to move up with athleticism, pace, energy, and become a 3-4-3 to match up Belgium and hopefully hurt them on the counter-attack.
What do you do if you are Japan? You're up against a very strong team. Do you think that let's take it, let's not make too many mistakes, let's get into the break at least 0-0?
I'll stick to the plan. Try to be patient, not concede any free kicks in the final third or any set plays in the final third is very dangerous. You got quality all around, and just be patient and just like what Iran had done against Portugal. Just be patient and frustrate them. Yeah.